Hello! Welcome to Tabletalkers Conquest of Iron Session 2. Last time, I'll be real here, the group just brought their army over to Vashnir's Hall. And, they had some in-character conversations and stuff, but, I don't think I need to go into those for the sake of recap. So, let's bring this one into view as Vashnir, you're marching up to Nightbringer with your army of orcs and sky ships and other things that aren't really supposed to be here. As you are doing so, some guards around the gates are gonna ask you to halt and then recognize you. And then you kind of see them very confusedly talking with each other. And then you see one of them run off and start to get the door open.
Don't worry. There's the reason we're here.
That's the most intimidating thing their lord could have said to them. Don't worry, there's a reason I've come back. What? Okay. You march inside, your ships kind of fly over the walls.
Okay.
Unless you don't want them to fly over the walls.
Yeah, fucking bring him in.
They fly over the wall. In. You go inside. There's the structures that you started or commanded to be built. You see the hospital area. You see the potion shop that a different companion started.
How's everything looking? Is it looking like it's been making advancements, or does it kinda...
It looks like they've been building, but you didn't really tell them to do too much for the construction purposes of it. So they got the things done that you wanted. I didn't
have a lot of funds.
Well, but they got the things done that you wanted done. And other than that, they've pretty much just been holding. Looking around, it doesn't look like they've seen major combat.
That's good to know.
The one that you appointed Castellan will walk up and salute you.
I'll salute them back.
What are you back for, sir? Well, welcome back, obviously, but I thought to ask that because, you brought her. And he'll just circle his finger in the air.
We need it fast. Travel and the war, it's coming to this way. Quickly.
I see. Our scouts reported you coming in, and we shared the information, so your father should actually be here with a defense force shortly, probably within the next day or two. I imagine you'll have some things to discuss.
At this point, I'm gonna guess we have that map, right?
You have the terribly crudely drawn map that all the real people have seen because you guys are doing something very large scale, very ambitious, and I'm trying to help out here.
But it looks a little better in game.
Of course it does. Thanks for ruining my self-confidence.
I'm saying terrain-wise.
Yes, it looks better because someone who's good at drawing made it.
You're mean.
Oh, yeah, right.
Let me just double the troops and all the enemy oppositions.
We're bullying Eric.
I'm saying we had just truly drawn lines everywhere. This one's gonna be point for point. This is how it's gonna be.
There were lines everywhere because I was just doing what you told me to do.
No, you put the little zigzag in the arrow. Remember that? You were like, instead of going in a straight line.
Well, yeah, because that was how the troops were moving. I'm cranking up the difficulty. You guys are mean.
I didn't do anything.
I'm gonna stab you in person.
We're letting Vashnir bully Eric.
That's okay.
Why did Discord just do the Discordo thing? It turned fucking on again. What the fuck?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, every time I turn Discord on, it does the Discordo thing.
Turn that off. You're a maniac.
I don't know what that is.
Just don't turn things off, I guess.
Okay,
What did
I'll
we-
go ahead and pull the
Browser
map.
thing.
What was the last thing said before he started being mean? Father's on the way. You asked
Yeah.
if he had the map. They have maps.
We're gonna pull up the map, show them ours, show them where the enemy is at, where the enemy is located, their forces.
They have a strong consolidation basically throughout the entire center and most of the south of the Yakov. Not counting the rail area, which is untouched, and things near to Kinkelgrad, which is also untouched.
I'm gonna go over. We are going to amass our naval forces. We're gonna go down the
Sir,
opposite side of the river.
sir,
Yes.
might want to wait for your folder to get here.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you just want to explain things like 4 times.
Gotcha. We should probably park the ship now, shouldn't we? There's probably things we need to unload here.
I don't know where they can go. One of the fields, I guess, doesn't have anything growing in it at the moment, so I guess you can send them over there.
Pull out my diplomat's pouch, send them a letter with the location, park it there. Sent.
Okay, so it sounds like you just told them where to... Okay. They're going to go unless I hear otherwise.
Fly up there, fly back down.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
What fortifications do you need done here? As well.
Overall fortifications, or do you have something specific in mind? We've not really had any real combat thrown at us, but the walls are what they are. They could always be higher. We could always get more battlements, things like that. If we had the resources, but we kind of just have been maintaining since you've been gone. I didn't think you'd be happy to learn that I spent all the resources making the walls higher, something like that.
That's fun. We have plenty more resources now.
Okay, so do you want to offload that into the treasury here, or maintain in your ships, or how do you want to do this? Do we need to start getting a caravan of people moving things into the vaults, or...
I need to wait for the others to get over here so we can all have a talk.
Oh.
How they want to divvy it up.
Okay.
Is that dragon still with us?
What?
Like the big dragon. What
The
is,
one-
do we still have like parts of that? Or is it like...
The one that you killed and turned into armor parts and various other
I don't know
things?
if there's any left. Yeah, if there's any left.
For the most part, most of it went to armors and things like that.
Okay.
There are probably some lieutenants running around with cool new bone weapons, but that's... Most of it has been cannibalized.
Alright. Everybody landed, everybody off the ship, everybody in the fort.
If they want to go there, yes.
I'm gonna send them a letter, I need them there.
Listen, any of these guys could go rogue at any point in time. I don't know. The party convenes.
Alright, everyone. Do we want to offload all the gold here, or do we want to keep some on the ship?
Is this main base of operations?
Yes.
Then offloading money here shouldn't be a problem, should it?
Well, it's supposed to be split between us. I would want to know if you wanted to keep some on you, or how much you wanted to keep on the ship.
Friend, I'm
You
pretty sure
probably
that I
should-
could just go, hey, can I have some money? And you'll give me whatever I need, right?
Also, I was wondering, I don't know how much we would need for the war funds later throughout this campaign.
Currently, everything I've gotten has been for free. So, I don't need any money at the moment.
Okay.
Later on down the road, maybe. Right now, don't really care. To be fair.
Why don't you come to the treasury vault hold?
It can manage.
Okay, so we have 500,000 is what you said?
I think that's what you looted.
Okay, we'll put 50,000 in there.
They get the wagons and they start moving. Assuming that also means all the randomly assorted gems and various other stuff.
If the people need gems, they can use them. They want the gems. I have no reason for gems at the moment.
We have
Anybody in the
we have a
party?
gem enchanter,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and we
Does
have
the
a
gem
cleric.
enchant? Do the cleric and the enchanter need gems? Now is the time to speak up.
For the
I am-
moment,
Think
I
of
don't
ahead of
believe
time.
you need anything, right?
He said at the moment. Think ahead. We don't know when we'll be back here.
I need to check something.
You can always return at a later date. Collect
Might or
whatever
might
gems
not be
we
able
need
to.
for whatever spells.
You may not be able
Or
to.
just
Would you want to keep at least a sack of gems of different assortments on you?
Makes sense.
probably shouldn't I? Just to be safe. How much
Probably.
moonstone do we have left?
Eh,
Eric.
Why are you,
depends on what you're asking for.
Thaddeus?
Hmm?
He just said an assortment of gems, not just one
I know.
kind.
I know.
Stop being weird.
I was still going to take them all.
Also, you're probably just gonna have some gems around us anyway. Specifically, do we have any
We'll take 10
diamonds?
bags of assorted gems if that's not too much to ask.
It's yours.
Just about to say, they're
Emergency
yours.
revives.
I don't know how many gems are in there. We'll just take, it'd be 5 bags each of assorted gems. I could figure it out later.
Sparkly things.
Okay.
Prioritize diamonds for reviving purposes.
I don't know how big the bags are. We'll just go with standard size bags.
Big is a standard sized bag to you, man.
I decided I don't know.
Probably
Y'all
like
fucking
what that
figured it.
bear in Spyro holds.
That's a lot.
That's money
There's a
bags.
bear and
That's a lot.
Mr. Money bags.
Well, there's a lot on the inside because it's a magic temporal holding bag, but it's not that big
Still
of a
a lot.
bag. Oh yeah.
Use the rest of the funds to, not the rest of the funds, but use the funds to fortify what you need. Get better walls, stronger materials. Request aid. Hire more healers. Expand the med bay, expand the shops. Expand what you can. Hire more workers if need be.
So you're putting in a general order to fortify the fuck out of this place and saying just go for it with the treasury funds.
In a reasonable way.
Okay,
Yes.
so don't spend all of it. It doesn't need to have
Either-
spinners. Understood.
Yes, this is the war funds. And payments.
Well, then a couple of the more like money-centric individuals that you have are going to be looking it over and trying to figure out how they want to do this.
Do things the correct way, not the fast way. Fortification will not be cheap. Or cheap or rushed. We do not need weak points in this fort, okay?
They understand the concept.
Get the best weaponry and armor you can get. Gonna need it.
general note, your orcs are commingling with your dwarven forces here. It's basically the same situation as whenever you brought the group back from your other thing, where there's some trepidation, but since there's already a fair number of new dwarven people there, they're kind of making it easier overall.
Gotcha.
Didn't leave too many defenders back here. There's only like maybe 3 units worth, and they're more like spread out defend things type.
Oh.
Don't know if you want to consolidate those or not, but just overall. So you can easily assume that the tavern is going to be very busy and populated.
Yep.
For the remainder of your stay here. Anything in particular? For now.
We should probably leave some more defenders there, shouldn't we?
Well, you're not taking off right now. You were told that your father's coming here with what that was going to be a defensive force, but since it's you, you're probably going to want to strategize, have some conversation, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And also gotta write to my father, don't be alarmed about the ship. I'm not calling it a skyship, I'm just calling it a ship.
Okay. Alrighty then. A few days pass, you guys are able to actually sleep, in the keep. So, with a modicum of luxury, it's probably been a minute since that was the case.
It's been a long minute since that was the case for me.
Everyone.
Just talking about Noble and all that. It's fine.
Yeah, but like everyone. You guys have been away from anywhere important for a while, except for Raktesh, and that's, they don't really have much of an eye for luxury there. Okie doke. A few days pass and a defending force arrives. I'm assuming that you're just going to tell your people to let them in whenever they do arrive, because you're supposed to know who's heading it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I should have a banner.
They arrive and everybody kind of crams inside. You don't have a whole lot of people inside your keep, and your father is going to go try to find you. Which I imagine he does without too much difficulty.
Yeah, the short guy with a really long spear.
Well, that's a lot of people here, let's be honest.
He's got the really flashy armor.
That's also a lot of people, if we're being honest.
Dwarves, man, dwarves.
Yeah,
Regardless, he will find you and just kind of look you over for a minute. Well, you've been busy.
You'd be correct.
So, what do you have to share? I mean, I've seen the things you've sent, but, like, I imagine there's some nuance that you want to just have a chat about.
Yes. Should probably bring the rest of our generals over. So we don't have to explain this more than once.
Okay, so you're moving straight on to the next. Understood. Bring whatever
We're
people
gonna
you
go-
have, and then...
We're gonna go over all the information so all of them know at the same time.
Well, I thought you were just gonna, talk with your dad about stuff that you did
No.
for a minute or two, but I'll go
thought you-
find my
okay.
people.
Wait, we can do that. Sorry. I thought you meant the war effort.
You'll just
We can
kind of,
talk about
like,
that.
offhandedly, like, wave a hand, like, the war.
I'll give him a good rundown of the things that happened, and how I probably pissed off some of the other
Sure.
Don't know if I pissed them off and took their forces.
We'll just kind of wave that away. From the sounds of it, they were more of a ragtag group anyway.
Yes. No proper leadership. At least not from the. At least not the sons. Hopefully the kings are better, or the lords are better.
Character. Best. Medina, aren't you proposing that we do the exact same thing you went and bitched everyone, wiped everyone else out about?
No, because they didn't fight at all. We were going to fight while they were fighting as well. They stayed in the back and just gave orders. Yes, we are going to fight. We are taking that port town while they are attacking the other ports. My father's forces are attacking the other ones. Oh, what?
It sounds like baby juggling is happening.
Taking the dogs out.
Ah.
But as we are actually fighting and not just giving orders. Yes, we are still giving orders, but we can't fight all the battles at the same time. We're fighting on different fronts at the same time.
In other words, real talk, Dylan, kind of, sort of, but not quite to the same extent. All right.
They're only there to fight, just to show their face, and they keep their armors or weapons cleaned and do nothing for their men.
That would hate to break it off. That was an above game question, so it doesn't really. Yeah.
Still going over the same thing.
Yeah. But
But
sounds like you've been doing quite a lot there.
Yoda Dragon. Technically two, if I count the one that blew up. That was more of the ship killing the dragon than us.
Regardless, you're doing me proud. All right. Now you said you had some things you wanted to talk with the generals about. I'll gather them. You gather yours. Reconvene, and I guess your war cancel then.
I wanted to get the war chief, and that's what I got my army of orcs, or army of orcs.
Well, you have your. There are established commanders inside of your orcish things. Are there any NPCs? Or, well, not NPCs, any PCs that are coming along with your actual, like, command thing? I don't really know where everybody stands.
I have no strategy, training whatsoever. I'm not going.
Well, did I cut out at any of that?
I think we heard you.
Okay, because I didn't hear anybody talk back, so I didn't know if I cut out. Sometimes it does that.
Oh.
I mean, the only thing I control of your army is like a tiny little force. I don't know if that counts me as a general or not. I don't know what's happening.
You're a general of the army. You have portion. Pretty much everybody is somewhat of a general. They all have their strengths and stuff. Thaddeus can fly.
I can
He's
fly?
an admiral, not a general.
Dad met two. It's in the ranking.
Here's your navy, 4 ships, including yours.
Hey, the whole flying thing makes it sound so much better.
Realistic was just
4
I can
flying
fly.
ships are worth like,
A lot.
I don't know, 4 ships are each worth like 4 ships of their own. If you can fly, that makes them better.
So it sounds like all the PCs except for Ragnar are attending this council. Okay.
How things been at home, Father?
He'll kind of put a finger on his temple and just give a bit of an exasperated look. I can't make heads or tails of it. It's annoying. But before long,
Understood.
the council is convened.
I'm a devil. Yay.
What's up on Navy forces?
We have some from a few port towns. We have more port towns than the enemy does, but most of the combat has not been happening on water.
It will be soon. We're going to create pretty much a diversion. We're going to have 3 different forces attacking 3 different areas around the same time. And we're going to cut them off so they can't send troops from the other side of the river. Technically, we're going to do 3 blitzkriegs. What we have.
Well, that would involve circling around. You're really just doing one of those.
Well, smaller scale. No, really to call it.
So, to just give an overview here. The plan at current is realistically grab the naval forces from the areas to the north that are basically under your father's control. Have them raise the port, like siege and raise the northernmost port town that the enemy has. At that same point in time, you guys are going to be flying along and trying to take control of the port town on the eastern side of the river. Hopefully by the time that's done, the other guys will be done raising. They'll come to that port town, shore it up, make it to where it's going to be a significantly harder target, especially with the enemy's port being raised, or one of them. And then as you progress eastward and try to cut off the border, they are then going to go and resupply units. All this time and prior, a major force is going to attack the enemy's northernmost town and do so for long enough that hopefully it's able to call in reinforcements from those other 3 towns you guys are going to be going to. And then once you guys have all 3 and they've been reinforced by the Navy people, then you're going to take that and then have a better front on your side. Did I miss anything?
Plan, Father?
Did I miss anything?
As far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Sounds correct.
Okay. We did this out of game. Anyone that knows tactics can imagine why. Not because it's like us versus them or some other such shit, but because they take a long time. And I didn't really want to have that. Alright, seems like a plan.
If the forces starting to overwhelm you, send me a message. We'll make our way that way. Cut our attack short.
Well, if we siege smart, then that shouldn't be the case.
I know, but we just don't know how many men they have.
I feel I should note, though, just overall, thus far what they have been doing has been more or less maintaining. They have had opportunities to do proper strikes, and they have not taken them. And save for a few locations west of the river, they haven't really ventured anywhere outside of an established line.
Have we informed that we cut the ties already?
Well, you know that you did a weird thing in the Forbidden Zone.
I'm pretty sure we informed my father about that, but we didn't know what exactly it did
We did it in writing.
until later. So now there's 2 factions of the parasites.
Well, they haven't been infighting over here, but from the other thing you described with the suicidal wizard, it sounds like you may have stopped them all from entering, which may explain why they've been maintaining instead of pushing out.
I sure hope so.
Of the 3 areas that you are proposing to attack, the port one is probably going to be the most difficult. just because it's a port. You know how that works. But that said, you have sky things, so maybe it won't quite work that way.
Oh,
Can anyone else understand him?
Not at the moment. Maybe
Nope.
whenever he gets back
we
inside.
can only hope. Man. Can you hear me now?
For now.
Okay. Remain
And
in
it
contact at all
busted.
times with our message pouches. Yeah. Make sure multiple people in each force have messenger pouches so we can communicate. It's cold. Sorry.
Maintain communication.
Yes.
Okay. Give some time for us to get this organized. And then after they begin the march, I guess you guys can travel southward along the river.
Sounds good.
Okie dokie. So just because it takes a while for people to get people to places, you guys technically have a little more downtime. But Eric, we've had so much downtime. Yeah, you have. Which means it's probably going to end at some point in time. And just not be available again for a while. So make use of it. Because once you guys are actively, like, in the war stuff, I don't know if you're going to get a chance to. So anything at all, speak now or forever hold your peace.
What was that?
Making sure no one has anything they want to do in the downtime necessary to get his troops organized to launch the assault you have proclaimed or proposed.
I don't know what the fuck downtime, what I would use with said downtime. Like,
I don't know.
Same.
Same.
I mean, I could get taught how to do a cool thing, but I mean, that depends on someone else.
You're right. You're right. You have several assorted bags of gems right now.
Yes, I do.
It makes no sense just letting them sit there, does it?
Not really.
But I have nothing I want to infuse or enchant.
So sit there they shall.
Dick.
Unless this
Told you.
enchantment I don't understand just yet.
You could
Is there
try and
enchantment
figure
I
out how
don't
to make
understand just
the
yet?
bolts for the ship. Special ammo.
I don't think we know
You're
how
not
to do
wrong
that.
there.
Or you could try and make a special type of ammo for it.
Well, special ammo is more a enchanted piece of ammunition that does a thing. What he does, though, he could probably do to one of the actual, like,
Bolts.
machines,
Ooh.
and then it'd make it overall better. Though the amount that does that would probably not show too much, just because alone the bolt does a lot of damage.
Can he also go and get the bolts?
I could do
Later.
stuff with make them slower.
Slower. Not usually a thing.
Since
that's
you
gonna
proposed this idea, I think I should go with it
Well, just saying, if you hit a
At least
humanoid with one, they're probably not going to be active combatant.
Probably not. Do they leave? Like, do these bolts explode when they hit
They're
whatever
normal
target they're trying to
ones?
hit?
No. It's a giant-ass hunk of steel.
You never know, they might have some explosives in them. Oh well.
Could make them explosive.
He doesn't have the enchanting power.
I don't have the enchanting power to make them explosive. I don't know about
There
them.
are other
I
ways
might
of
as
making
well
things
try to
explosive.
He's
make
not an
a
alchemist.
radiant some tool or something. Because we haven't tried radiant stuff. I'm aware that we haven't tried radiant on these
Should
creatures.
probably try that out before we get there. It's
Yeah.
that's a large part of my abilities.
You guys don't have a lab here.
Probably ask if any of them have tried Radiance. Because honestly, if I can't use Radiance, I'll be rather crippled in fight.
You know what? I'm going to do that.
What?
How many ballistables do we have?
Yes. You have a few.
Not the bolts. I mean the launchers or whatever I can enchant to make.
Okay, your actual, like, fire things.
Yeah.
Okay. Overall, or just on your thing that fires the big ones?
Just on my thing, because
Okay.
I should have cared about the other ones.
You have
Like, I'm-
two big ones.
What about the little
That's a
ones?
lie. You have three because the one's in the rear.
True. Could we potentially make use? No, better question. If I put something on this, can I eventually later remove it if it does not do what I think it would do?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to try to uh root enchant this with diamonds.
Okay.
Yes. Because I want to see what it could do. Because why not?
Okay.
That's a bad idea.
Is
No,
it?
it isn't. Stop. Stop. That train of thought needs to stop. It's not a bad idea. Do it.
This is why he accomplishes so little. He thinks of something, then he goes, wait, no.
I think of something and I second guess it. It's like,
Why
do I want to do
the
this?
fuck? Why the fuck do you think I want this shit? Because I wouldn't have that problem.
Yes, give it a shot.
It's so expensive.
You know,
I
you
might
could
as well
ask
go ahead
him
with it. I
that
already said I was
game.
going to do it.
You could ask him.
It's as
How's he doing
expensive
that
as
stuff?
everything else.
We have a treasure hoard.
It's expensive to begin with.
It is very
We have a
expensive
treasure hoard.
overall. But you guys have a lot of money.
Doing it.
Well, I just spent 500.
Money means nothing at this point.
Are you
Thaddeus
seriously
again.
sitting there saying, I just spent 500 when we have 500,000?
Yes, every penny counts.
No, it doesn't.
You shut the fuck up.
Me?
No,
I'm
him.
Yes,
I say I was
I'm gonna
backing up
stop.
your argument.
going to the potion shop and I'm going to stock up on potions.
Okay.
I should.
They more or less just have the basic fare, but if you want some health potions and other, like, normal stuff, you can get some.
That's a far better idea.
You are their lord. You can just take.
When do they they have a good amount of potions now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have 8 greater healing potions.
Okay. What are you enchanting these bolt launchers with, that is?
And I'm pretty sure
Oh,
I have
what's
more
this thing?
acid as well. Correct.
You can have more acid. Yes.
Yeah. Acid does sound nice. Why don't I just make a combination of things? That'll be easier.
So long as they go together. Sometimes they don't.
Sometimes they don't. So like fire and ice would not go together, right?
Not really, no.
What about acid and ice?
Kinda, sorta.
ice and necrotic.
Kind of, sort of.
Ice and acid.
Necrotic and heal.
Heal self or vampismic?
Is vampismic heal a thing? I
Well,
thought it
that's
was
what
psychic.
your garnets
hi.
are doing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I've been sipping on my little drink there. Because I want to know what it will do, I'm just going to go with displacement and acid. Because it can help us get through walls.
Okay.
Problem.
How much of it are you tossing on there? This is a big scale thing. You should probably put a large amount if you want anything.
So I should do 500 of each, is what they're saying. Spend 2,000 total. That was a joke. I'm not doing that.
How much you
Please
did?
give me.
You heard him.
Please give me. Please give.
Hey, you can always ask him. I mean, he's doing it right now.
No, he's been doing
Hey.
it in secret this entire time, so I can't
I've
assume
been
he's
doing it
doing
in
it not in
secret.
secret.
He just
That
said he
might as well
wasn't.
try it. 500 of both. Yeah.
He
just
just
call
said he
it-
wasn't doing it in secret.
No, I'm dumb.
You can ask
250 of both. There. Cut in half.
Okay. That's a lot of material.
I am so mad.
Very high DC.
Worried
You
about
can ask him.
failure.
He just said he
Okay.
wasn't doing it in secret.
You should probably roll things.
I am rolling things. Where's my things to roll?
Dylan, you don't
There
know
it
what
is.
he's doing and what he isn't doing. Stop assuming.
He just said this, so
Okay.
So-
Didn't?
yeah, I do.
Check. Just to be sure, does this require an action or reaction?
What?
It does. I can't do that.
It requires like a million actions because it takes a while.
That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to my little save me when I fail thing.
I don't know if this will. That's a lot of resources. And it gets exponentially harder.
It does not require anything. So how many rolls do I need?
Well, this is just one project, right?
Just one project. Okay.
So it's just one roll.
I have a 26.
For 500?
Yes.
Materials lost.
If that's a failure, can I add something? Add my die to it.
I mean, you can.
I might as well try. And it's not for 500, for 250. I went down to 250.
Okay.
James was saying 500.
250, then
Oh.
maybe you'll eke it out.
At 32 now.
You don't, though.
I couldn't have possibly done so then.
Correct.
That's a lot of materials lost.
Acid. Did you go diamond?
Acid, diamond, I did go diamond.
Acid, diamond, and moonstone. That's just gone.
That's
The process of it just goes
gold.
wrong, and then it just sizzles the rocks into these useless little chunks.
And that's perfectly fine. What
What
else
happened?
are we gonna use those gems for?
Nothing.
Not the things.
It-
That's 1,000 gold, or that's 500 gold of diamonds. I could
Okay.
use for
And
reviving people.
It
And-
did take you about 5 days. And as you were completing the last one, it basically just short-circuited itself.
So close. Dang. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong?
You doubted
My
yourself.
math was right, right? I'm just talking to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is his incredibly indirect way of trying to get someone else to chime in so he can teach them. I might be wrong.
How'd you do that?
You are not all that wrong. I'm
Thanks.
sitting on
That's
the
a
battleship.
very big clue by 4.
I'm helping.
Dylan, if you be quiet, I was about to talk. Christ, I'm not stupid.
But I used too much. No,
What you
no,
doing?
that's not right. Um, some math, some very weird math.
There's just a giant pile of sizzling gemstone next to him.
What the hell is that?
Oh, some rocks and things. They're very pretty rocks,
Not
but
those,
they're
not that
rocks.
pretty anymore. They look like lumps of nothing.
I think that one was a diamond, probably.
What did you do that caused that to happen to a diamond?
I was trying to you know, modify my weapon, this thing that I'm sitting in front of.
It's a ballista bolt.
But,
Or a ballista. I don't know. One of
Yeah,
the
the
two.
ballista. But I think I did something wrong. Probably. It isn't how it's supposed to look or work or act.
It
Crackle,
seems like
sizzle. Crackle, crackle.
that's a fair enough assumption. Maybe you use too much of something when you're not strong enough to do it as effectively.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm.
This sounds like a lot of magic, and I don't think you have a lot of magic, do you?
I have a little bit of magic.
But not a lot of
I haven't
magic.
done a lot with magic, no.
Exactly. So if you have not a lot of magic and try to do a lot of magic, magic kind of doesn't like that.
It's less magic, more, like I said before, math. But A plus B equals C.
Well, sometimes A plus B doesn't equal C. It equals D.
And that's where I have this problem. I didn't know why it equaled D instead of equaling C.
I mean, two minds are better than one. If I know what the hell you're trying to do, I might be able to help out and figure out why you fucked up.
So I've done this like 3 times now. So it's probably just from inexperience.
I
But
mean,
if you think you can help, then I don't mind, showing you what I know.
I'm down.
However little that is. Maybe you
Yes.
can spot whatever mistake I made.
Hell yeah.
So I guess you're just gonna sweep all this destroyed malachite and diamond into a malachite, diamond, and moonstone into a pile and just, I mean, I don't know
Or
what you're
use
gonna
it
do
as
with it.
little rock to throw at our enemies.
Is it like useful for like gyms and stuff at all anymore?
Okay. This is something that they were playing with the inherent elemental properties of it, and then they did so unsuccessfully.
Uh-huh.
So there was an energy something around it that made it go wrong. So logically, this substance now has its own thing, if for no reason other than there is currently a void when there used to be something.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds interesting. I'm gonna hold on to those.
There's a possible chance that it has some other kind of element that doesn't exist as far as we know.
Yes.
Good thing to hold on to.
Magic is weird, like that. It might be more useful than if it, actually had whatever it had.
That's fair enough. Anyway, I don't think we have a whole lot of time left out of character, do we?
Probably have a couple weeks for him to be able to get people because, moving.
No,
Cool.
we
You
haven't
have enough.
time.
Translation,
Another
you have enough to try one more time.
And try with advantage, because I will be helping you.
I should go simple and just do what I've done before. Do it easier.
I would say, because you've been doing 50, right?
I've been doing more than that.
What is the maximum amount you have done thus far?
105.
105? Go 125.
Wouldn't make a difference. Next step is
Okay,
140.
140 is the next. See, I don't know, because I don't have this little paper you have.
I don't have it either.
If you go to the next step then.
One could say
If the next step is
110.
140, then go to the next step.
Would 110 be the next step? Not
Yeah.
140? I thought they were increments of 35.
No.
Oh.
I shrug because this is the part I don't know. But no,
Well-
like if it whatever the increment is, just do the next increment.
Oh, might as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt.
No.
110 it is. 110 of
With
4
advantage.
things, though?
What?
That's just so good with acid. I don't know anything about the displacement yet, so I probably shouldn't go too hard into that.
Or you should.
Or I should. I've gotten approval to do so, so I will do so.
I wouldn't call that approval.
The rest of us would.
No, I would not call that approval. I would call that Eric wanting something to happen, which isn't necessarily approval. But anyway, go
Fires it,
for it.
teleports half the ship down to where it was. Ship falls, crashes, everyone dies.
Yes, do it. And with advantage. Now that I know how to do it, I will do it on my own later.
I listen for die rolls. Along with oddly what sounds like a bird.
You hear the bird. I thought it was just my imagination.
No, we hear the bird.
Alright. So I'm going to use the another one of my psychic die, because I have 3 of them? 4 of them. Ooh. And I've used
Tell me
2 thus far.
Please tell me advantage actually gave you something.
No. Oh, 19. If I rolled a 1 on my die.
Oh my god.
With advantage and being a halfling.
And be a half.
You got
yeah.
3 once?
No, he rolled a 1 on his d6 that he can't
I
re-roll
rolled a
because
1
he's
on
a
my
halfling.
d6.
Okay.
I rolled 11 and 18 for before, so it's 19 total.
Don't
Unless
you-
I'm forgetting something.
don't
I'm
you
supposed to add
have-
this. No.
A proficiency or something?
Do I have a proficiency in something?
Or at least a stat to go off of?
Oh no, wait! I didn't roll an 18. I rolled a 11.
Okay.
That's my proficiency and my stat. 2 equals yeah.
That means he rolled a fucking 2 to get an 11 on the other side.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
now you're just gonna think that blisters are broken. If you try to put it all together, get to that last part and just...
Is it just?
Okay, what the fuck?
Is this just range stuff? Range.
Maybe it's just the
implements
size of
probably
the object.
Don't take it.
Well, maybe it's just the size
could
of the
also do it.
object. Because, like, you've been working with what?
Just-
Like, swords and shit?
Pull out the
Swords,
crossbow.
things,
Show him that
modifiers.
that is a not true statement.
I do have the crossbow. I just finished the crossbow. This is what I put the most
A ranged
into.
implement. If you did a ranged implement, it's not a ranged implement.
So is it just size that matters? It is
Possibly
bolted
just
to the
size.
ship. Probably trying to enchant the entire ship all at once.
Might do.
That doesn't sound like something possible.
Yeah, it sounds like something with a lot more magic is capable of. Like a wizard.
Maybe. Potentially. Probably. Probably not.
I don't.
Because this
I
is a
don't
pretty
know.
big ship.
Yeah, and I've
After
seen
all.
some wizards do some really weird shit.
Excellent job. no advantages in like 3 revivals. That can't happen. But now you do have a lot of ruin stuff. Hey.
You mind how many gems was that? Does the moonstone turn into things as well?
It's
Yeah.
all one big pile of broken.
So what was it the first time? 250 times 4, so 1,000 plus
And this was just.
110 times 4.
Where's the 4?
Oh, you did.
Moonstone
Correct.
and diamond, then moonstone
Correct.
and acid. Yeah. So that times 4. So what's that? 440. So 1,440.
It's not that bad. It's only 2 revives. That's fine. Actually, no, that's not even a revive, technically. Because you use 250 diamonds and 110 diamonds, so that's only 360. A revive is 500 diamonds.
True. That's a lot of moonstone, and moonstone's hard to get. Much harder to get.
Not than diamonds.
Well, it's becoming more difficult to get as this man ruins it.
I had to make an attempt. I probably should have
Now that I
more
know how to
points.
do this shit, I know I can't this time, but now that I know how to do this shit, I need to know, 1, what I can do, and 2, how much I have in those 5 bags of assorted gems.
Work on that.
Wait, was it 5 bags each?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was 1 bag per person. For 5
No.
of us. Which now
No.
that I think about it, it's stupid because there's only 4 of us.
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't question what you do. I just watch.
Got there in the end.
Kind of.
After I helped you.
Just a little bit. But,
I gave you
Probably
the
have
answer.
better
Fuck
luck.
you just a
Yeah.
little bit.
just a little bit. You probably have better luck than I would.
We'll see.
I feel like it's just a luck thing at this point.
We'll see. I don't trust my own luck.
Okie
I
dokie.
wasted all my luck before the session.
Anybody else want to break precious gems for no obvious reason? Do anything else?
He's just over there crying.
It's so much gold. So much wasted.
No? Alright.
And how much gold do we have?
But how many gems? How much of that is gems?
Less now than was before.
Could I make
Pretty sure we have more in the thing.
You don't have the days.
Oh, that is fine. I'll remember it for later. Maybe.
Alrighty. There was that misadventure. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Vashti, you get a message from your father saying that the force has been assembled and is marching toward the keep.
Alright, man. They're marching towards their objective.
They're marching toward where we currently are.
No.
No, okay.
Because the plan was they get there lay siege. And you guys wait however long it is you believe you need to wait. Get on your ships, go, and have the Navy forces a little bit behind you guys. And by that little bit, I mean probably a couple days. So now the timing is up to you.
I mean, how long does it take us to get there by water to the place we're going to go sieging?
You guys are basically traveling. You never know what's going to happen along the way, though, but it won't be too long. You can get there probably at a 2-week mark.
So that's 2 weeks of a siege they are going to have to sit through.
Well, no, it'll probably take them about the same amount of time to get there on foot. So logically, you want to wait longer. Unless you don't. How long do you think that they can hold out?
See, that's the issue.
Long enough. Hopefully.
I thought we were attacking our objective at the same time they were attacking theirs, and that's when the
Well, the
also
entire
at the same
point
time-
of the big front there was they go that way, a siege is noticed, and then that fort calls reinforcements. At which
Yes.
point in time you take advantage of them calling reinforcements by attacking them where the reinforcements came from.
So I would give them like a week to have a siege, and then we go do our thing.
And sadly, you guys do not get the communication of the enemies, so you're kind of in the air.
Yeah. So just we'll wait a week before we leave. That's my thing.
How long does it take the ship to get to the ports?
About the same amount of time it's going to take you guys to get to the town.
All right, I'm saying the ones we attacking. The one that's gonna hold off the reinforcements for us.
Notifying them of travel, and then you're heading out.
All right.
Okie dokie. How are you guys, like, how full are your ships going to be, and are you taking all four of them? Because you know you don't have enough people, or enough ship to hold all of your people. Especially not if you bring the wyverns.
Like I said, personally, I would just use all of the transport ships as supply carriers. That's me. I don't. It's up to you.
Well, the only troops you guys are going to have are the ones you bring with you. So if you're saying nothing on them, then it's going to be 3 guys, and I'm just going to shoot you.
Well, I was saying, like, we use the actual water boats we have at our disposal to go down there, instead of using our sky ships to go down there.
How about using the sky ships as troop transports, and then you turn them into supply routes?
But then we can only bring 1,500 people.
That's your best.
500 per.
That's your best thing at the moment.
Yeah.
Because the naval forces are going to be busy dealing with the navy.
Yeah.
Unless you guys are hopping on fishing boats and paddling like a man.
Bruh, I don't know. I'm not the fucking smart guy here.
So tell me what combat troops you're assigning.
What do you guys think? If the transports that we have are the best at transporting and are really our only options, and we only have 1,500 people max, but that's
1,500 is
no
better than none.
But that's no wyverns, which is our best combat effectiveness.
True.
Air combat is usually a game changer. Plus, we can poison people with the wyvern's tails.
So, just posing a thing, 2 full 500 things for 1,000 troops, and then 1 wyvern specific thing with the people who would be whiting.
Dividing the
Writing.
wyverns
Shut up.
into battle.
I hate you.
How many skilled wyvern riders do we have?
About 150.
How many would be on 1 ship?
Well, there are only 50 wyverns on a ship, so 50.
Oh, see, I don't know that. So 42, technically. Besides, because we're wyvern riders as well. So
You
then
asked
he's
for
probably gonna stay on
skilled.
his ship, so 49.
You asked for skilled riders.
Fuck you! We had 6 weeks to learn.
You asked for
Good night, though.
skilled
I
riders.
hate you.
Did you name your wyvern?
Do we need to recall what happened the last? There was a lot of screaming.
I think it turned out all right for us. I think
Overall.
no one died or got hurt. All right.
Early.
So it sounds like 1 unit wyvern, and then the rest of it's troop.
That's what I say. It's not up to me.
That sounds good for me.
I'm inclined to agree.
Sure.
Agree.
Okay. You put your votes into the tally. There, right at Tribal Council. Okie dokie then.
It's 3-4. 1 potentially against or 1 abstaining.
I'm just gonna point out you guys are leaving a lot of orcs and a lot of wyverns at this little town. Just
They
like
can be part of the force
guard.
that helps siege the other town. Right?
You could have them reinforce and probably bring supplies.
Mm-hmm. Not because
Having
of that.
100 wyverns
Leaving them doing
and
nothing.
wyvern riders defending a town sounds fucking amazing to me.
I also, just to say, like, part of the plan you guys have here is for that siege that they're doing to be protracted. 100 people in the air, a protracted siege does not agree with. Either they have to take it or they all have to be shot down.
Yeah.
So you're better off defending with them. Your place. Other than sending them to go to a grinder that they can't actually do their thing with.
So just leave all the wyverns there?
Not all of them. 50 as a unit for you guys to use while combating is very effective.
Oh, so you're saying the same thing I was saying. Okay.
But I wouldn't send any to the siege.
I wasn't planning on it. That's what I was saying. Saying 100 wyverns just stay where they are. And even the 50 that we bring with us are only to, like, help in battle. Maybe.
They are waiting on Vashnir's word for confirmations. As am I.
I said that was fine for me.
Okay. So you guys are bringing full 10, full 10. And then Wyvern's in that one, so it can only be 7. So you're bringing 27 total units of people, one of which is Wyvern. Right?
Yep, sounds about right.
Okay, you know what you have now. And you begin to travel over the river. All 3 transport ships. Okie dokie. Is there anything that can show up from the river that actually be problematic to things that live in the sky? Sorta, kinda. Don't want to deal with that right now. Not really. Alright. So you're flying around. You're doing so for a while. And eventually, you come into sight of the port town that you plan on taking. You see that along the outside, it has a full-on like wall from the outside, like from the ground, and then it does have a bit of like a retaining wall type thing for the actual port itself, along which you can kind of make out, looking through like telescopes and such, that there are little bolt installations and toward the outside trebuchet type things to fend off attackers. What is the game plan?
What options I have?
At current, you can see that they are trying to test the range of their artillery, but the bolts are not able to fly to where you guys are yet.
We also, to answer your question, we have 27 units.
One of which is Wyvern.
Yeah. Which is 50 wyverns and I'm assuming 1,100 men.
50 for each unit.
Yeah.
And one of the units has to ride the Wyverns.
Yeah. So we have 1,150 men total.
Yeah.
Not including the 8 of us.
Okay, so they had trebuchets and what else?
Bunches of ballista, a couple trebuchet emplacements, obviously against ground troops, but those are not currently being used because they're
Trebuchets
pointing
can't
the
really-
wrong way.
And trebuchets can't really be fired in the air. That effectively, anyway. They are not used to hit things in the air.
Unless they happen to fly right there.
Exactly. Hell, ballistas usually aren't able to be pointed that high. Because again, everything that standard sting would just be used as ground attacking, because attacking from the air is not a thing that happens. Oh, it's not like they have AA guns. It just doesn't work.
You see one of the houses begin to transform and then a double barrel. No.
So we can use the bombardment of the ship to take out the trebuchets and ballistas.
Potentially. Though I don't know if you'd really want to do that.
Yeah. Any side of the fort that seems like less defended.
The center.
Is it like a big opening or something?
No, it's just they have wall circle.
Well, it's most of a wall, most of the circle, because the other side is water.
Even into the water. They have like a thing there.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. This place is weak against the air.
Only thing I could say, weak to air. Best thing you could do is drop them down as quickly as possible. Like, just floodgates.
Where are you guys dropping? What are you doing?
I mean, do we say somewhere in town? Because outside of town sounds like a problem. I don't. What do you got, Bashir?
trying to think where sort of.
Inject caffeine into yourself. Do whatever is necessary.
We're on Twitch. I'm gonna keep that comment to myself.
We there, but if we attack from the ground, we can get bombarded with trebuchets and.
If we attack from
pointy
outside the
spears.
city, we're screwed.
Yeah.
At least on ground, anyway. But then we're just putting people in the water, and that's even worse.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh, damn it.
The only thing I could say we could do is find the largest opening, like in the city we can, and either land all the ships and flood everybody off, and defend that flood with the destroyer, because the destroyer I don't think has a large population of like fucking people that are on it that are going to land, because all the things on the destroyer are going to be people that are going to stay on the destroyer to do the destroyer things.
Okay, we'll go with that. It sounds good. I was trying to think of how to phrase that, but I didn't know how to phrase it.
That's fair.
Where do you want put people? Center, near port, near outer wall, north, south, east, west?
What is the largest like place where we could actually land the 3 transport ships?
You don't really have anywhere to land. This is a pretty much town, but like you can land on some buildings and say fuck them.
Okay. Do you, Vashnir, want to land each of the transport ships with 500 people in each ship in different areas? Because 500 people doing their own thing in different areas of the area in different areas is pretty devastating.
And your people have been informed that they need to burn everything with acid.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, that sounds good. Attack from 3 different fronts, not in the water.
Well, if you attack the port, we control the water is the only thing.
Yeah.
We're just attacking inside. We're landing inside the city, quote unquote, landing inside the city, dropping everybody off, and going from there.
Do it that way.
Okay, so it vaguely sounds like a majority of the units are going inside the town to raid, and the wyverns are being set loose to raid. Because there's no front, okay, take this and then hold a thing and then go that way. It's just put everybody there and see what the fuck happens. That said, you guys have an orcish army. They're good at put everybody there and see what the fuck happens.
Exactly. I was trying to play to our strengths of just put them there and let them go. That's what they're good at. And it's pretty much kill everything on sight that isn't you or people you know, because they're all infected more than likely.
It's just a question of flanking and potential casualties. Because you guys still have multiple towns to take.
Yeah.
And if you get smashed here, the campaign changes.
Dropping them off in separate locations means we're going to have a lot more casualties. So it may not be a good idea. It may just be good to just drop them off in the one centralized location and then spread out from there. What do you think?
Wait, let's do that. Sorry.
You're good.
One location. Swarm.
One location, swarm?
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that's what Thaddeus chimed in on as well.
Yep, swarm tactics tend to work pretty well.
I think that's what we're going with, Eric.
Alright, overwhelming force. Is there a direction, or is everybody gonna go off in their own separate ways?
It wouldn't be a swarm if we all went in the same direction, now would it?
No, but it would be overwhelm, which could give you a defensive footing. Instead of 100
Land and
different
port
directions, and then you guys just get
is
cut
like
off from each other.
I don't know what the fuck to call it. The keep in like a centralized location.
Yeah.
Okay, so then land at one of the places we can land. I don't know which. Not up to me on that one, but land at one of the locations we can land, say the port, and then just all of our force just makes our way to there. Which
Okay.
is where more than likely the largest culmination of people is going to be.
So land off center, storm the keep, and then I guess just have the wyverns raid.
Oh yeah. Wyvern do wyvern thing.
Okay. So in that case, it's consolidated front. I guess I'll just have one of you roll for you guys trying to take the keep, and then I'll just roll for wyvern and see how the fuck they're doing. And if you lose a unit, hopefully the two you guys like weren't in there.
Where's Trinket?
Where'd you put him?
Would he be
With us being a
Jordan?
healer?
Okay.
I would say with us
On the
being a
destroyer?
healer, hopefully.
24.
He could be on the destroyer. That is a high value target. You don't want your people on there dying.
Yeah, that could also be, the destroyer is also a very good thing of using for a medevac, because you could just kind of land that and then heal a bunch of people. Transport ship, not as easily defendable.
Give me a finalization, then we can start this, and then there's no reneging.
What were the 3 locations we could land before? Quote unquote land, I'm using that term loosely.
Well, you could land basically anywhere in the city. It's just a question of what area are you going to be nearest to. The main areas that you need to take are probably the keep, the fort, and the entire outside wall, because that's where the fortifications are. Other than that, that's really it.
So the fort, to keep, in the wall.
Fort, keep, and wall. If we take the fort first and then storm the keep, would that be beneficial? Because that's where more than likely the most amount of people are going to be. I'm asking everyone.
Also defensive when we come out. We take the keep and then we can go and use the instant fortification. Use its defenses when we go and try and take the rest of the city.
Yeah. That was my thought process. Take the most defensible locations and then use those defenses against them.
So it
Because
sounds
in a
like
blitzkrieg, you have to take the freaking most defensible place so you don't just die.
so it sounds like you want to land as many troops as you can on the highest spot in the center, and then fight downstairs, because that's 100 times easier than fighting upstairs because of right-handed people.
That's actually fair. Yeah, we could just land on how many? You know what? Yeah, how many fucking towers does the keep have?
Not very many. You guys are realistically just sending one ship into the top of it, unloading everybody that you can, and then
Moving that ship out of the way and unloading
having the next
rest.
one.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will say, though, there are defenses that can shoot at you guys. So you may take some damage to your ships, but that's, unless somebody tells me something else, what the current plan is.
Well, we brought these fucking ships here for the purpose of transporting people. We may as well do what they're good at and land on a roof and then kill people on the way down. So yeah, we'll take the keep first. That's actually a good idea. Taking the keep first instead of fighting upstairs, fight downstairs, kill all the people in the fucking keep, and then go from there. I didn't think of that. I'm stupid sometimes.
Finalize tactics. Wyverns raid. Units land there, fight downward, and then I guess you can tell me if you're heading toward the port next or what the fuck it is you're doing. But that's after that. Finalization.
That's Vashnir, not us.
That sounds good.
Alright. Okay then. I get to fire upon you as you are coming in.
No.
At the same point in time, Wyvern said about raiding. And the defenses against the wyverns activate. Okie
Fire 'em up,
dokie.
wyverns. You got this.
They're doing those things. The ships haven't taken major damage. First ship drops off. Unit's now under the control of Vashnir, I'm assuming. Head downward. Make your roll.
Is it flat D20?
No, I've been using D10.
Oh. That's an 8.
Because no one's going to roll a natural 10 and say, but I should win. Okay. You gain ground. Roll again.
That's a 10.
The destroyer or anybody else doing anything at this point in time?
Okay.
Nice is in control of the destroyer.
I know.
I was muted. I was typing. How much fire are we taking on at the moment? Is it just targeting the wyverns?
Right now it's targeting you guys, like, overall. The wyverns are annoying them, but the transport ships are taking the majority of it.
I'll have it fire some shots. Try to take out the transport ships. Not transport ships. Take out whatever is firing at the. Their ballistas. Their long range stuff.
Heel turn.
It'd be a threat to our things.
Alright, so you are specifically targeting their AA installations. Alright, special bolts or normal bolts?
Normal bolts.
Understood. Roll your dice. As you start zipping through the city and having your people fire things at things.
4.
Okie dokie. Each one is relatively decent at defending, and as you're going to make the attacks, they are kind of like noticing you and targeting you back. The destroyer sustained minimal damage. Vashnir, your troops gain some ground.
Alright, rolling again.
Yep.
That's a 7.
Okay. The destroyer destroying things, I assume.
Yes.
As wyverns do raid. Okay, roll dice.
That's a 9. Okay, cool.
Okie doke.
A second.
You are assaulting another battery location, and as you are doing so, they turn their attention toward you and fire back. As they are doing so, you see a few wyverns just come in from the other side and take advantage of the situation. Vashnir, continue moving. Make more dice rolls.
5.
Because it is mechanically easier to fight that way. Okay. You have now encountered the actual core of the resistance at the keep. They form a line and maintain said line against your onslaught. Back to outside. Destroyer, what you got? Still destroying defensive installations?
I'm not trying to destroy them all. Just have people, like, destroy the path going up towards them, if that makes sense. So they're inaccessible to the people currently attacking us.
Making it impossible to reinforce. So that potentially the wyvern riders can go over there and pick off the people currently standing there.
Yes.
Roll it.
Another D10?
Unless I tell you otherwise.
Yeah. 6.
Okie dokie. You go through and you see some pathways. You send the big bolts over there, and they do manage to block it either through collapsing the area or just putting a big metal spike in the way. Because sometimes simple solutions do pretty well. How the wyverns are doing? Wyverns are doing very well because they're the Wyvern Riders, goddammit. Okay, I see. Vashtir, roll again.
Alright. That's a 9.
Okay. Your forces are being pushed back upstairs. You have met resistance, and it fucking means business. You haven't fought these creatures for a while, and the fact that they kinda try to mutate people is it's rearing its ugly head again.
Alright.
Anything in particular from Destroyer? If not, I just assume you're doing the same thing.
It's just the same thing.
Okay. Roll dice.
I can't realistically aim for Fastnir to assist him. That would, damage our own troops.
Well, you could definitely bring down the gate of the keep, trapping him inside.
No, that's an idea.
No, it's not.
I have a 5.
Okay.
5.
Understood. You are generally annoying them. The Destroyer has taken moderate damage. Just through sheer amount of heavy objects flung at you at decent speed. Okie doke. Vashnier, you guys are...
Damage?
What?
Irreparable damage, or...
Nothing that can't be repaired yet.
Okay.
You just look a lot more spiky than you did a minute ago.
That's another 9.
Okie doke. As you have been backed up, you reconnect with the other forces that were behind you. And together you fight downward and are managed to take the ground floor of the area. Begin to move outside, make another roll. As you are now having to fight cavalry. And that's not too great. Against normal foot soldiers. Vashni?
Oh, Nolian?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Till the combat's over, we're rolling.
Jesus Christ, that's a... Okay, wrong 9. It's another 9.
Okay. So, cavalry goes in there and tries to start to do cavalry things, but you are a long
Pikeman
weapon
infantry.
person. And you utilize this experience, and your troops are not, fucking devastated by a cavalry charge.
Well, to be fair, he did say he was teaching them all how to use pikes one-handed, like the glaive one-handed.
There's only so many that can actually manage that. By and large, a lot of these guys are still going to fight like Orc Raiders. They're going to want to get up in there and do chopping with an axe.
Oh, they're choppy boys. Got you.
Alrighty then. Wyvern Riders. Doing Wyvern Rider things. Cool. Apparently you guys picked the
Wyvern
best
Riders.
unit.
Wyvern Riders.
They've not rolled under a 7.
Wyvern Rider's doing good Wyvern Rider things. Cool.
Who would have thought?
Fucking Wyvern Riders. What do you expect? That's why I wanted to bring him.
They're air cavalry with a poisonous weapon on them.
Exactly.
How do you deal with that? They got 80-foot move speed. They're faster than horses.
Oh.
Okie doke. Vashnier, their cavalry charge is in. Shambles. Roll again. Clear out this courtyard.
8.
Understood. During this combat, a few of them actually managed to catch you slightly unawares. You take damage. Take 25 of it. I don't know where Chidori is. I saw you typing, James.
All
my
Alright.
typing is only because my hotkey to mute myself, because random things have a tendency to happen, so I mute myself until
Okay.
something happens. But Tadori is probably on the destroyer, to be honest.
So it sounds like everyone except Vashtir is on the destroyer.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm with Vashnir. Shit!
Okay, Vashtir is actually kind of preoccupied at the moment because, they are filling him with stab wounds. Take advantage of this momentary lapse. Do something, Tadori.
What do I do?
You have no one to ask but yourself.
I know, I can heal him.
I would more say use the troops and kill the things trying to kill him.
If they're all attacking him, yeah, I'll do that. Sure, why not?
Okay. Flank that unit and take care of it. Roll dice. Because they rolled really well to attack him. Okay. Apparently you guys found the elite troops. As you bring up the flank, they managed to turn around, hold off your advances. Vashnir, do something with your guys that are stuck in this hellhole.
Gotta cut them down. That's what we're gonna do.
Hopefully, because apparently we're not doing too well. Fucking elite bastards. Got a fucking peasant with a goddamn pitchfork, I guess.
Yep, what the fuck was with these dice tonight? That's another fucking 9.
Cock his pitchfork.
It knows you are tired and is thus having mercy upon your poor half-dead soul.
Alrighty. Okay, as they're turning around to deal with the door, you and your center take advantage of that, and you flank the flankers. And eventually they are disposed of. Courtyard, more or less, has been cleared. They're sweeping things up now. Let's take it back over to the Wyvern Riders and the Destroyer. Wyvern Riders doing Wyvern Rider things. What's the Destroyer doing?
Destroyer.
You can see that there's a group of people flooding out from the keep itself. They probably haven't gotten the door open yet to do anything else, but
You mean the fort?
the keep?
Keep? I thought we attacked the keep.
No.
We did. That's what we said we're
I
gonna
haven't been
attack.
attacking.
There's a keep,
Yeah.
there is a port. You guys have been calling it a
And
fort.
attack the keep.
It is the keep. You guys attacked the key.
Oh.
I thought you said
Keep, but-
fort.
Oh, he should kept saying keep.
No. Dylan. We thought there was a fort and a keep.
There's a port.
Ah.
With a P.
So they're pouring out of the port.
No. You guys
No?
are taking control of the keep. He can look over and see that there is a different uniform type thing coming from that way.
It's the uniform that I recognize.
Kind of.
It's being friendly.
I mean, there's a lot of taller like guys, and they don't look like dwarves. So, maybe.
Don't hurt me.
Uh-oh.
I wish this brother shoot one of the special bolts down there.
Don't do that,
Not
please.
do that.
Why don't you bridge your mental connection that you do with everyone all the time, you dumbass?
Man, there have been like almost 4 very serious heel turns from this destroyer. This combat alone.
I forgot to set it up before we started, and I can't set it up. Well, you're all away. So,
You could have just
I'm
said
just going
that
to
you already
continue being
had
a
it, but
general
no.
annoyance.
He didn't want to. Say what?
Try to stay out of range so the destroyer stop taking damage, but just typically try to be a general annoyance to anyone firing after our troops.
Okay, hit and run tactics.
Yeah.
Understood. Roll it.
9.
Cool. You are being annoying. Not really using the ordnance to add devastating to the annoying at the moment, but you're being annoying.
Being annoying. That means I'm accomplishing my job.
You're being annoying, and then the wyverns are going through and taking advantage of it. So it's working pretty well. You guys over there, you basically have this keep all to yourselves. Get the door open. Where to next?
So the keep is ours. If we take the fort, because if we try to take the walls right now,
P for
not
port.
the fort, the port. God damn it! If we try to take the port, it may be better off for us because if we try to take the walls right now, we may end up getting shot with our destroyer ship.
We'll take the port.
Okay, troops go that way.
Excuse me.
Along the way you are attacked, roll to defend.
All right. Yeah, it's a 6.
Understood. Defense successful. Move it into the port proper. There are ships in this harbor that have defensive measures
Oh no.
that they are shooting at you.
Oh no.
Not much you can do about that, but I imagine you get the troops the fuck out of the way as soon as you can.
Duck, dip, duck, and dodge.
Yeah.
Dodge, dive, dip, duck, and dodge. Those are the 5 steps of dodging.
Are you okay?
Yes. All right, catch.
You sound like you're about one wrong turn from passing hat. You tired, man? That tired?
Yeah, be good. Yeah, we're gonna get out of harm's way. Find cover to cover, if there is any.
You can send messages to people. Yeah, you can kind of just shack up in buildings.
You want to send
Send a
a?
message to the ship?
Yep.
Kill those ships?
Yep.
He's working on it.
Pretty much along those lines. We're getting.
How many ships are there with defensive measures?
In the port right now, there's about 5-ish,
Okay.
but they're not like as much of a warship as your warship. That said, your warship has kind of been getting shot a lot.
Hey, if I have a rental connection with Thaddeus, blow these bitches the fuck up.
Probably sent him a message, which probably Ragnar can hand to him, or just read out loud, saying that, hey, get shot the fuck out by these guys.
Yeah, we're
in the
getting
port.
hammered. Can't reach port. Need some air support on against these ships. Take them out.
Blow them the fuck up. Fuck these boats.
My assistance has been requested, so I will gladly comply.
What's your plan?
I need the
I can ask the
boats
boats.
not there.
He needs the boats not there. I'm sitting up in a battleship, so I might as well blow up the boats.
By and large, it looks like most of the things that you are doing, the Wyvern Riders have just kind of keyed into you, and every time you go to move somewhere, they're moving in a appropriate flanking locale. So you kind of low-key have some say in what they're doing as well.
I see the Wyvern Riders as well. Then there are 3. You said 3 ballistas.
3
So-
big boys, bunch of small boys.
Yeah, the big boys. Are those special bolts?
You have some.
How many battleships do they have?
Yeah, it looks like they have 5-ish, maybe. And they are kind of hammering the shoreline.
I'm gonna shoot a couple of the special bolts at the battleships.
Okay.
Because I don't know how many we have. And then the third, no,
Third one's more on the rear. You're going to have to go to a weird angle to actually use all 3.
I was gonna use the third one just to continue being an annoyance.
Okay.
So multitasking. Direct the wyverns to Take out the
Can't really direct them. They're just gonna do something based on what you're doing.
yeah. So use that one to attack something big and in the way
Okay, roll.
and annoying.
Roll 2 because you're hitting 2 ships.
I have a 10. I have a 7. Yeah, 10 and a 7. You said roll 2.
Yes. Alright. As you are going about and going, okay, yeah, I should probably blow these things to fuck up. You get a couple loaded in, you see one impact one ship and a blast of fire emanate from it. That seems to have crippled that operation. You see another one fly off and a blast of like an acid bubble popping is the only way I can describe it. Happens over there, and that one seems out of action. As it seems obvious that they are now targeting the ships, the Wyvern Riders are going to go over and buzz a couple of the decks, try to get people off the guns. And there's probably a couple of them that are going to land and try to take a ship because they're orcs.
I mean, a new ship is a new ship.
A new ship's a new ship. How do we get things? We steal them. That's how we got those. Okay. You see the group kind of divert itself, one of which heads to one, and then you see the guns stop for the most part, but people on ship are still like shooting arrows and things at the wyverns that are passing by. On the other ship, you see some of them actually like land, get off, and engage in combat. And they're doing their thing. So that's 4 out of the 5. The fifth one doesn't know what to do anymore. I guess I'll shoot the one with all the wyverns on it. Okay, cool. Vashnir and party, you guys are no longer getting hammered. There were a couple big explosions.
When did we get drunk?
Right before the battle started.
No, don't. Just leave the awkward silence. Leave the awkward silence until Sleepy Medina comes up with something to say. Please say something.
Medina, you alive?
Yep.
The shoreline is not getting bombarded anymore.
All right, we're making our way to the port.
Okay. Making your way over
Anything
there,
down the road?
going up the walls, actually securing an area now. I imagine you also left a fair amount back at the keep to make sure that that place does not fall again.
Oh yeah.
Okie dokie. Roll for combat.
That is an 8.
Okay. As you are taking... Hiccup. As you are assaulting one of the pathways to get to the actual, like, outer wall of it, the ship that's still got people on it realizes what you're doing and fires into your crowd.
Where did I go from?
There's only one ship left. That's still shooting.
Oh, gotcha.
It was distracted. Okie dokie. Over to back to the air units.
Kind of sitting ducks to the bombardment of a ship.
The Dory take 32 damage.
Ow! Really help! Son of a bitch!
A bolt caught you in the shoulder. It sucks.
Motherfucking shit ass cockfuck!
Hey, Jodak, do something before I shoot somebody else.
Oh,
He,
he said back to the unit, so I thought you were talking about.
he said
Bash
back to the
unit.
air units, motherfucker!
Back to the air. Yeah.
My iPhone must have just disconnected for air, or just skipped the word. Well, there's another ship there. Might as well blow up that last ship.
Using more of your special ammo that you can't
No,
replace.
no. I'm using normal ammo because the
Because it's a
Byron
big
Riders-
giant lump of steel.
Yeah.
All right. Do it.
Fucking ow. God, shit, fuck.
3.
That's not good.
Oh no.
Okay. You were firing that. Apparently these guys are the elite water unit. Little did I know. The
Fucking ow. Another one like that and I'm dead.
most of the flying units are still either buzzing or trying to take control of the other ship. You fire the big ass bolts at them, not the magical ones. They impact the ship because you're not incapable of aiming. But they are not in places which actually make you have to worry about still floating or not. And as you are doing so, you get slightly too close. And your actual, like, inner cabin area gets a smattering of bolts flown into it. One of which just destroyed your second favorite coffee cup.
How dare you?
Sounds like to me you should use a fucking magical bolt and fuck this ship up.
How many magic bolts do I have left? Do I know? Am I aware of this? Did we take inventory before we started?
No.
No?
Can the Wyvern Riders even make use of this? I mean, not really. They go over there to try to deal with stuff, you kind of peer over, looking around the side of one of the bolts that just landed in your nearby viewfinder, and you see them over there trying to deal with it, but then just a wall of iron. They can't get through. These guys, this boat rules. Apparently it's really good, you should steal it. Speaking of stealing, how are they going on that? Oh, very well, good. Okay, there's one extremely dangerous boat left in the harbor, and 4 that are either stolen or incapacitated.
Are
Land units, what you
we
doing?
safe up on the walls, or like are we still getting fucked?
Push
I'm
forward
up on
into
the
the
boat,
walls
right?
and maybe you'll be fine. You're in the destroyer.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna destroy. How far up from the air is the destroyer?
I'm assuming very. Like 300 feet.
Is it a little above or a little below?
Huh? You're on the destroyer,
there's
right?
Say 300.
Yes.
If you're on the destroyer, you're at 300 feet in the air.
Well, I mean, the spell has a range of 300 feet, so I mean,
Okay.
You can cast it from a lower deck if you really want to. What are you trying to do?
roll water.
Alright.
Hey. Angry boat, go away.
Define.
Well, I mean, it's a very nice boat, isn't it? Very angry. Very apparently useful.
Well, I don't know what
That's about
control
the point
water
you
does.
get.
What's it doing? Other than controlling water.
Do you want the full thing or just the?
I want you to tell me what you are doing with it.
What are you doing? Fuck the spell. What are you doing with the spell?
Are we wanting this boat?
I don't care.
The only person you can talk with is Jodek, who just had his second favorite coffee cup ruined forever.
Kind of
I'll
want
do
the
that.
boat, but
You don't want the boat?
I said I kind of want the boat, but they've messed with what's mine now.
They'll destroy it
that
then.
boat.
Okay. Whirlpool.
They begin
Cause
to
a
speed.
whirlpool to... Water 50 feet in.
Okay, they speed.
Cause a whirlpool to form in the center.
Let's
like
not
wide
deal
at
normal
base.
dice damage to a boat, please.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is a thing that can capsize the thing. It's a capsize tech. After the first time, safe for creature enters vortex first slash. Start a turn there. It must make a strength saving throw. Failed save. Creature did it. Where is boat?
It's not on there.
Give me a second to find it. No, I mean, it should be. It is very specifically supposed to mention those. Shit. Oh no, that's flood. No, not flood. Wave. Okay, wave. Okay, I'm actually doing wave instead. Okay. To a large area, bottom, get a 20-foot tall wave that travels from one side of the area to another and crashes down any huge or smaller vehicles in the wave. Path are created with the other side. Any huge or smaller vehicles are struck by the wave have a 25% chance of capsizing. Roll a d4. If it rolls a 1, the boat dies.
It's not a D4, it's a percentile check.
Well, 25% is.
Enough. That's a d4.
Okay, but rolling on a D4
1 out of 4.
or percentile is not the same.
Only whenever it's in intervals of 25 it is. But I got a 2, so that would be 50. So I guess that means it's fine.
For now. This lasts up to 10 minutes. Concentration. And it happens, what? Every turn?
So they got the shakies going on.
Yes.
Okay.
A giant wave. Just every turn, how long a turn? 6 seconds? Every 6 seconds, another 20-foot wave just smashes into them, and they'll make another check.
So the ballista
10 minutes.
bombardment on you guys isn't happening at the moment, so that's nice.
Fucking ow. Yay. No more ow.
You're welcome.
I don't know if we can say thank you.
Probably can't hear you, right? I didn't
I have
set up
no idea if they can
because
hear
I
me or
didn't
not.
think it was needed.
Land forces, what do?
Fashioneer, what do?
I
Shit, I
assume
think he's
take
gone.
shit. Todora, you're in charge now.
What was it?
Alright.
It's us!
Oh, look.
It's our turn!
Oh, my bad.
Glad I'm
Good.
doing this as streamlined as possible.
8.
Alright, continuing to take shit. You make ground. Good job.
Good thing I'm not in charge, because that was a 2.
Alright. Aerial units. The boat down there has got the shakies.
It's got the shakies, but it's still standing.
It continues to stand. I say rolling this D4 a lot of time.
Oh
For
my
now.
god!
I will never roll a 1. 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4, 4.
Take it. This thing's been holding up pretty well, so
There's absolutely like 4 people on deck vomiting, but the boat refuses to capsize.
I mean, you could probably kill all the people on it and then take it. Because they can't really stop you at this stage.
Jodek, if you want to tell him to stop the spell, you can. And just let the Wyvern Riders do it.
they're all sick. This would be a great time to stop the spell.
What do you say? Ah.
I'm still going to fire a bolt at them. No, I'm not.
I could also redirect the flow so it just goes onto the land. So our forces already on the land can just go and swarm over it.
Listen, the more times I have to roll this dice, the less chance it is that, my god, I still haven't rolled a 1, that you guys will actually be able to keep the boat.
I redirect flow. The boat is being pushed landward.
You're so
We're on
lucky.
a wall currently.
Yeah, I know. You can get to it later.
Preferably, don't beach the boat. Maybe
don't want me to
target
beach the
the
boat?
water. Don't beach it. Just knock it around a little bit. You know?
I mean, I have limited options here. Fine then, whirlpool.
No, no.
I'm just going
They
around
go
in
from
circles.
almost dying to, oh no.
Now
the
it's
word is
spinning.
Shit.
They're no longer in danger of capsizing, at the very least.
You actually doing anything with the destroyer?
What was I firing at before? Being a general annoyance.
Ballista encampments.
anyone
Now
still
we're on
firing
the
at us?
wall. Please don't do that.
Is there anyone still firing at me?
Near the town gate, but they're kind of far away at the moment. You will have to move into the danger range to shoot at them.
I don't want to do that. Can I like ready in action? Like be prepared to fire at any sort of forthcoming incredible danger that might come at us?
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Overwatch.
Okay. Wyvern Riders. Do we want to take the spinny boat? Yeah. We take all the things. Yeah, you're right. There are no condition to fight you right now. Yeah.
Fuck them up.
You just see a bunch of little blue specks out in the distance just...
Ragnar's just laughing barely on the top of the boat, just looking down at this one poor boat.
Man, fuck that boat.
Land crew, continue your march, I guess. Once you start gaining ground here, you'll probably have it very quickly.
That's a 6.
6. Alright. Like I said, you begin gaining ground, and begin to gain ground very quickly because you're basically just running around a thin area. And if they can't stand up to your force, then they got nowhere to go. They can jump in the water, but like, some of them can't swim.
I mean, most dwarves are in heavy armor, so most of them can't swim.
Alright. For the sake of it, we can call the port taken. Next.
Woo. Next is the walls, which is what we're on currently.
Outer wall time. So just fucking bum rushing it.
Would it be better to split the force in half? Me take 500 on one side of the wall, and you take 500 on the other side of the wall?
And that works.
I mean, hey, swarm tactics.
Pincer, go.
Pincer the gate at the end. I will roll and I die.
Air units, you see a bunch of wyverns flying over the boat that's still spinning.
Loud number.
It looks like they might be waiting on you.
Are they just waiting over the boat? Have they started raiding it?
They've already taken it.
They've already taken it.
Yeah.
A turn is not 6 seconds.
Yeah. In this, anyway.
Correct.
3 boats are ours. 2 boats are dead.
I should have spared those 2 boats. I feel slightly bad now.
Fuck those 2 boats.
They could have shot him a lot.
Yeah, ow. Yeah. What's your roll, Thaddeus? Or Medina, goddammit?
7.
7. Cool, I got an 8.
Front 1, Vashnir, lost. Front 2, Tadori, lost.
Ah! No! Stop it!
Lost on my side.
Oh.
You make progress. Are you gonna have your cleric, like, make the spinning stop?
No, I said I made it stop.
Okay.
Back when you said that they had taken the boat, and he
Okay,
mentioned that 3 out of 5 made it stop.
The ones that were circling it drop down and begin to clear shit out. You see some of the ones that were landed on the other boat take off and begin and resume aerial annoyance combat. Unless they see somewhere to go from the destroyer, who is not yet taken in action.
Destroyer can harry the gate. Just an idea.
Or not get shot anymore, because they've been shot a lot.
Yeah, that too.
And I wouldn't really call any of your guys engineers.
I'm an engineer. See, I'm operating this big machine that does lots of.
That's
booming
not
things.
what an engineer do.
You know how push button make do thing. You don't know how make thing do push button thing.
I know enough. Enough to do
And
my
this
job.
is how you lost your destroyer.
This
I
is
can
also
fix it,
how
don't
you-
worry.
This is also how you fucked up with diamonds.
That's me yielding to peer pressure.
What is it that you would like to do?
Go away from the plenty
Retreats from
of
combat.
death. We already have enough plenty implements of death in the bottom of our ship. No need to add more.
You're saying that just like a corner of your shirt's just pinned to a wall.
Yes.
I think we have enough.
I wonder how many troops we still have left on the destroyer. Is it just a couple units of ground troops, or just people to pilot the...
Units on the destroyer, you really just have the people necessary to run it. It's less than one. Well, actually, no, it is one, because there's other stuff that needs taken care of that you aren't really overwatching.
Yeah, it's like a unit, but like that entire unit is meant to do the ship thing.
I don't want to blow a hole in the wall. I don't want to blow up the gate, because we have to repair those. In which
Keep as much
case...
defenses as possible. Yes, that's a good idea.
In which case, can I shoot at anything on the other side of the wall?
Nothing on the other side of the wall.
There's nothing on the other side of the wall? Why is nothing on the other side of the wall?
Because that's outside the city.
Are we floating over the city?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh! I have my map all backwards. So we're floating over the river.
No.
I'm providing general overwatch for now.
Okay, so if anything looks particularly threatening, are you moving it toward the wall so I can so you can shoot the enemy when it shows up?
I think that fumble was intentional. So...
Perhaps.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
I will use a special bolt should anything particularly threatening that requires such a thing.
No.
Nothing really shows up, but I do gotta say, Ragnar take 27 damage as a bolt flies through and manages to catch you. He argued against moving closer. And then you moved closer anyway.
I didn't believe
Like into the
so
wall or
significantly
something, or
damaged.
just what?
You're not pinned to the wall. You took it and kind of rolled with it, but the part that your shirt was stuck to is absolutely ripped.
Are you okay?
It ripped my shirt. No, I'm not okay.
Bleeding
I look like
profusely.
hurt.
I'm a cleric. I start downing potions and healing.
I'm a cleric. Heals through not cleric means.
Spells.
Spells are more expensive than fucking healing
Yeah.
potions, to be fair.
Alright.
Yes.
So at this point,
Also, you never know when you might just have to smash out another, I don't know, control water, death ward or something. Whereas potions,
I definitely should have figured out that we should not be near combat. I should move away.
they're relieving the edge of combat.
Now, your movement to get there
Oh,
was your
well,
movement. I'm afraid it's been expensive.
I know. This is for next round. Because I don't want to forget and then do something else. Dumb.
Land Unit B has a 9.
Alright, how about Land Unit V?
I said A would be his, but okay.
Please. V for Fashner, V for victory.
Well, then it's Land Unit fucking T or whatever the fuck.
T for Dodori. T for triumph.
Yeah!
Darth Medina yet live.
Medina!
Spoiler alert, I don't think we're gonna take all three this session.
No.
we at least got one, maybe.
Maybe. Potentially.
Medina!
Medina.
Alright, I'm Vashnier now.
Do it! Yes!
I just heard him laugh a second ago.
V for Vashnier, V for victory. Both sides, move forward.
Woo!
As they are doing this from the boat, destroyer specifically, you can see that there's something happening in some of the like houses near the exit of the town, and it looks like coming from them there's, similar to the basement in Nightbringer, a large amalgamation of terrible, horrible nastiness.
Kill
It's
it,
looking
but not
like
with
it
fire.
might be problematic.
Kill
I
it, but
think
not
we
with
should
fire.
use the special ones on those.
I don't think you should use the special ones on those, because the special ones are fire damage.
That last one he fired was
Oh.
acid.
The last one he fired was acid?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna shut up then.
First one was fire. Last one was acid. Okay, cool.
Wait. You don't know which one they are?
They're not labeled.
Uh-oh.
They're just special.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what this is going to do, but I'm going to find it.
Oh, no.
Does that look like something particularly nasty that...
That does look
Yeah.
like something particularly nasty that if the ground troops run into, it's just going to make it bigger.
The thing is a bad thing. Don't fucking want to touch that with the ground troops. You need to deal with it. But
If you deal with it wrong, you'll kill everyone.
we're all screwed. Except you
What you're
and
saying
him.
is,
Again.
I should fire a special bullet in there and hope that is one of the good elements that will do good things for us.
That sounds like an excellent idea, and by that I mean the best idea currently available.
All right,
The only
I'll
idea
fire a
currently
normal
available.
bolt into it.
Well, I mean that, or I guess you could actually jump down there, take it on with psychic damage, but I mean, that'd be a boss fight. You don't want that.
Or
You
is
just want to hit button win.
You're in a boat. It's on
Yeah.
the ground.
Shoot the fuck out of it. Unless you really want to fight it,
here, right?
like a crazy person. What'd you say?
I could go down there and fight it myself.
I will
Shut up.
fucking
You ain't going
slap
down. I slapped him upside the head. Bad. Bad thoughts. Bad.
These are just my own internal thoughts.
I saw a look on your face.
He has a high
Do
insight.
anything about it.
Actually, I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
I wisdom.
Hush. It's fine.
But
Just
it'd be better if I just fought it myself.
It would be
up.
safer,
Fine.
do it.
It would be far safer than putting the battleship in there.
and it's nearer to the dory, so the unconscious Vashnier may not have to worry about things. I mean, the
Vashnier
totally
unconscious?
active combat Vashnier may not have to worry about things. If you guys want to go have a boss fight, because currently we're 2 hours into the session and I have to call it after this combat, one way or the other.
What is it? Did we ever find out what radiant ever
Actually,
does
are you
these
alive
things?
again? Holy shit!
What? Hit him?
No, we haven't figured out what Radiant does.
You are alive!
What a thing to come back to saying. Just, we thought he was dead, and no, we didn't figure out what Radiant did.
Just paying attention.
Oh, my last die was a 7.
Real
Oh, we
talk
already
though.
won that one.
I don't know
Okay.
if you're good to continue on or not here. Because if not, they can just have a little boss fight that they probably won't lose. And then you can just take the wall and you can go ahead and take your nap.
Save
Sounds
us.
like you're tired, man.
I'm gonna say
Or
I
we're
should
just
send a
going to use the
message
ship, you're
down
going to send
to
a thing at it.
ground troops. Ask the
You have
Dory
50-50
how he feels about this.
Can you effectively take it out from up there?
That's a yes.
Potentially.
Maybe.
Yes.
Eventually.
I don't like the maybe. If we can take it out down here effectively, I would rather do that.
Well, I
If
mean,
the-
we
The
don't.
destroyer
Apparently,
interface.
don't know
and
if it's going to
that's
be
not worth
fire or acid that comes out of this thing.
It could be any of the other elements as well.
Or anything else.
First one with ice.
Well, that means it could be fire, and well, we know fire doesn't do good things.
And
At
we can
all.
just keep going, though. It'll be fine. Just keep saying more. It'll die
So
eventually.
we could potentially take it out from up here, or we can just go down and fight it ourselves.
And absolutely take it out. I'm very much hurt, though.
How many special bolts do we have left?
A few.
Orc boy needs to fucking
You can
count.
count of these?
motherfucker. I don't care if Orc Boy has low intelligence. Grab 10 Orc Boys, and they all count a separate little section. Get to the highest number they can count, and then get another Orc Boy to count the other ones.
We have come to a conclusion.
Wait,
Yes,
do we
there's
have
7.
any archers on this damn
There's more than
boat?
7. Yes, there is. Yeah, they're
Just got
banning the
pepper
ballista.
arrows?
Firing ballista things.
Yeah.
No, I mean just like get the actual acid arrows or something, or the venom things from the fucking wyverns.
You can tell them to do that, but you'll have
And
to
we coat
get a little closer.
and we coat the ballista bolts in the acid, or the venom.
If you stop what you're doing and just kind of like for a little bit.
Yes, let's do that, because then we can just go and send those after the big thing, as opposed to having to go down there ourselves. And that is
Not
also
wrong.
definite.
Hit and run tactics. If there are multiple of these things, which I believe he said there were, if there are multiple
were?
of these things, send the fucking wyverns to stab them and run away with their poison tails.
So
And there's that
everyone
bonus
goes
we're
to
gonna
the
have
run
the,
tactics.
Chips to it.
I was
Yes.
just offering a boss fight because session looked like it was going to be ending, and it's a very short one. We're not a lot
Fuck boss
happening.
fights!
I don't know how to gather everyone together for a boss fight. That means I have to fight it either alone or with.
You say you
Dagmar.
go, and then the party manages to make it there. It'd be very
Yeah,
easy.
Very
just say you
leery of
go, and then
doing
I'm right
this
next to you,
when
and
I
then
don't
Ragnar's
know
right
what
there, and Fashner's over there. It's not
Radiant
hard.
does. Very leery of doing this, but I don't
It's
know
not
what radiant
hard.
damage does to this thing.
If you want to do the fight, we can do the fight. I was just offering the thing of we don't have to do this fight.
You
There
know,
are
don't
other
have to
means
do the
than
fight,
special
and we
ones.
probably shouldn't do this fight because this fight could
Kill us.
it could spend all our resources.
I'm half dead.
give me solutions, people.
That's James's vote for no. Let's not do this
How many,
fight.
how many things
Yeah.
are there?
You saw, or well, you can see if you look that way and kind of like squint your eyes a bit. One of the like large things that was in the basement of Nightbringer.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh,
He,
that
one of your
thing.
friends before?
He said that a minute ago, Thaddeus. Are you fucking not paying attention?
I'm sorry.
The thing fucking straight teleported to the plane.
Yeah, he didn't use the word controller, so
I
it
got,
didn't.
I got a question.
Yes.
Do we ever figure out if Grimace has a breath attack? Or have I already asked this?
Nothing substantial enough to worry about.
So, my thing is we can use all 50 fucking wyverns that we
Wait, what?
have
We have
to
50
just
wyverns?
stab the bitch to death.
Well, I mean, there's that, but we also have
I
the
wanna
ballista
go, I
bolts.
want to
We
go
can
there and
throw
aid
in
James.
the poison.
Because Tadori currently is half dead.
I'm gonna go
Okay,
aid
well,
Story.
Effort to save all our party members, I'm just going to order some hit and run tactics. I'm gonna fire some normal bolts at it, hoping that the
We can
wyvern
coat them in poison, and then I'll do more
Riders
damage
will-
to it.
If you
We'd have to
Take some
stop
time
for
to
a
cook them
whole
in
thing
poison.
to put poison on all
well,
of them.
in
and-
fairness, if the thing is stopped for one turn, put poison on a couple bolts, and then
6 seconds.
have it
Have
go.
someone else go and poison the rest before they hand it to him.
Hey,
But that's basically skip one and then have guaranteed effect, as opposed to the potential risk of just splitting it in two and seeing what happens.
if
Yeah.
if he takes one thing out to put poison on bolts, will that get it closer to us? Or it will get closer to us, but will it affect us?
It's on the ground. It's going to take it a minute to try to
Okay.
understand stairs. It's circular in nature.
Then fuck it. Take out a turn, put poison on it, make sure this bitch dies. Make sure this bitch dies.
Attack them next round. But yeah, poison would be the best option. So Spend some time poisoning some bolts.
Okay. Ground troops continue your assault along the walls, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Okay.
Medina, roll. I maxed out the die.
Look at you, Ichiko. I probably want to get to her
T
again.
for triumph.
7.
Fine. Because I got a 2 and a 7, but the 2 was for Vashni and the 7 was for Tin Man over there. So that means I lose again.
Either way, you'd have lost. Even if you gave me a higher number, because you got a 2.
Then I could have matched Vashni if the 7 was for him.
Yeah, but I would have won still.
That's fine. But stopping one thing as opposed to losing both things is a major thing.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. That's doing blob things.
Yeah,
Skyship.
Skyship with poison now. Fuck that thing. Fuck it up. I guess I'm guessing I don't have enough time to down the rest of my potions to not be half dead.
I mean, if you really want to, but like, do you really want to?
Well, I mean, I'll heal after the combat's over. I'll be fine.
Exactly.
Wait, am I getting in combat?
I don't think anybody is. I think they're just gonna shoot it a lot from over here.
Oh, I'm not talking about the big thing. I'm talking about like in combat on the wall. Like, am
Well-
I doing combating?
Well, after taking a bolt to yourself, you probably decided to lead from the rear.
That's fair. That's fair.
So you're probably more telling people what to do, and if something happens to get too close, dealing with it, as opposed to standing there at the front of the line.
So if something gets too close and I deal with it, can I heal a little bit?
Not really,
Every-
because I'm assuming you're
everything I
not
do
spending
heals me.
resources.
No, my sword.
Okay,
heals me.
yeah, you're right. Your sword can heal you, so I mean, take like 18 health back.
Woo! That's a hell of a lot less dead.
Hey, Ship, tell me what you're doing. It's your turn to roll dice.
Ship just poison stuff. So Ship is now shooting poison darts at big creature that will annoy people.
Pew pew.
Shoot the big thing. Just blow the fucking big thing to death.
It might
9.
catch it on fire instead.
What? Why the fuck would it catch it on fire? We're shooting poison bolts at it.
No, because the other one. We're using
We're
the
not
little
using
things
that
that are
thing.
poisoned.
We're not
I
using
know, but you
special
said-
bolts. We're using normal bolts.
Yes, I know, but the way you said it meant
I fire it, ice damage at it. It catches on fire. Why? It just does.
What the fuck is happening?
Okay. Your bolts impact it. It is damaged. The ice from the fucking venom spreads along it. It feels slower now. It's just, this is mean, man.
Poison.
It's not dead, but just like, that fucking hurt. It fucking hurt a lot.
Again. Do it again. Fuck this thing.
Wall combat, go.
Okay.
That's not good.
Eh. That's good.
What'd you get to Dory?
I'm gonna let Vashnir go first.
Maybe you should go first.
I got a 9.
Okay, cool. Your victory. The enemy loses ground.
Woo!
My turn.
Yes.
Alright. 7.
That's not a good time to roll a 7. The opposition that you run into is actually stronger than you thought that it would be. And they seem to be, like, ever since that thing came out, the things over here got a lot more organized. And, like, the eyes look a little bit more vacant than they did before. Which is saying something, because they looked pretty vacant before. But now, as part of their actual, like...
Dead fish there.
Yeah. But now as part of their actual, like, whatever, you've run into some actual legitimate opposition. Take 23 damage.
Okay. That hurts a little bit. Stop hitting the goddamn search bar. Is that 23?
Yes. Ships.
He a little bloody now.
I'm upset that we have the same die number, and you have way more health than I do. I am very upset over that fact.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit under half health.
Thaddeus, go. Shoot the big thing with poison arrows.
He's trying to think of the top tier strategies. Like,
I'm trying to think. Do I want to continue wasting this poison like this? Do we have any more? How much do we have? How much are we using?
We have 150 wyverns.
You're right. We have plenty of poison.
Shut the fuck up and shoot this motherfucker.
Arrows.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I overthink everything.
Shut up and shoot it. That's why I'm telling you to shut up and shoot it. Jesus goddamn Christ.
thinking. Rolling.
Rolling what?
D10, what the fuck?
Rolling. I already rolled my D10. I have a 10.
Now I know. I didn't know before. Didn't match.
You heard me.
More bolts fall down upon this thing. It's more slowed and more poisoned and more damaged than before. Man, life sucks if you're this thing. That said, that was the last of the rounds that you guys managed to actually poison with the stuff before, you know, shooting it twice. It's still kicking, but it's not looking very good. It looks slow, and there's more than a few obvious signs of necrosis. Back up on the walls.
I clicked out of my page. There we go. 8!
Dan Vashner?
That's a 9.
Okay. Vashner, you redouble your efforts. You manage to push through. They lose ground over your end. Tadori, you're moving forward. Things seem to be getting desperate. Along with the weird fisheye things, you see something eke up over the side of the wall. And like a scythe on the end of a tentacle.
What kind of horror movie bullshit?
Comes by and places itself in your shoulder for 17 damage.
I'm fuck. Back to where I started.
Might want to do something about that.
I've been trying to do something about that. My sword heals me.
Alright. Destroyer.
What the fuck? Just scythed me in the shoulder.
Man, that's interesting. You should probably check that out.
What the fuck just did that?
Maybe after you get it out of your shoulder. Because it wants to go inside.
No, stop it. Help.
Doing alright?
I have scythe in my shoulder.
Time.
Shoot the fucking thing.
You really should shoot the thing, but I also could just prepare more
Oh,
poison.
this isn't that thing. This is a different thing.
Different thing.
But it's over there. And you're pretty focused on that one thing. Because it's real big.
It's real big, real important, and it seems to be controlling things. So shoot the thing.
All 500 of my men are gonna help me pull this fucking thing out of my arm.
I have another 10.
See, the problem with how you guys are currently attacking is you can really only go in intervals of like 3 forward. Because wall thin. So it's a lot of people waiting in line.
Well, when they get wounded, they just drop back, and then we don't have as many losses.
Correct, you don't have many casualties, but you're not like...
Yeah. we're not swarming over them. Which is fair. It's fine. We're if we have 3, they have 3. And on this wall, I doubt they have as many numbers.
Did you say that you were poisoning things or shooting things? Because I heard you say a number.
A shooting thing that was controlling things.
Okay. Just like with bolts?
Yeah, with normal bolts.
Okay.
It seemed to be, slow and weak and dying to necrosis.
Okay. I mean,
Might
fair
not-
assumption. Maybe if you knock it apart, then the other parts that are just barely hanging on may, like, die. And you got a 10. So, yeah, let's say that as these larger bolts not intercept, wrong word. Come into contact with this thing, it kind of makes a bit of a splat. And you see a couple portions of it still kind of like jiggling. But a lot of it's just dead.
Help!
Cool, can't go down.
Fucking ow!
That's my job complete. Time to go home happy.
Okay, ow!
The wyvern riders are swooping in and just kind of stinging anything that's still moving. They were kind of scared to approach the thing whenever it was big because they didn't want it to grab the wyvern. Because that'd be bad.
Bad.
Yeah.
But now it's not moving and it's not big. Stab, stab, stab. Help.
Stab away, stab.
So speaking of stabbing, people on the walls.
I need this thing out of my fucking arm. And to figure out what the fuck that thing is.
That's a 9.
Okay, Vashnir advances. Tadori, what about your little corner of hell?
Can I even advance?
I mean, you can, but
Is it still
this
in
thing
my
that...
arm?
I mean, you should probably deal with that, but it's definitely coming from outside, like, on the inside of the wall, not, like, forward. If you really want to investigate that, you might need to tell people to go that way instead. Also, you might want to just get it out of your shoulder somehow. You can feel it in there.
I
Being
want to do
kinda
that
wiggly.
most. I want to do that most. Get it out! I said that when we started the wall part. I said I want it out.
Well, that's probably a check of some kind that you can make
My sword
as an action.
does necrotic damage.
Would you like to stab it inside of your shoulder so you get everything
Going to
inside?
use my action.
I don't know. You might be able to infernal conduit. Just grab onto it right there. That might do that might be the best thing for you. It'll also heal you.
I was actually thinking just fucking infernal conduit and heal myself and hurt it in pieces.
And hopefully it'll travel
And I'm
along and
going
not,
to
you know,
burn all of
sever.
my infernal conduit
Because you
guy.
don't want anything severed and floating around in there going, ooh, look at all this stuff. Melee spell attack. You know how to do.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. I gotta pull up the rigger again.
Well, first
Oh,
you
I
say
know.
how many dice you want to use, and then you make a melee spell attack, and if you hit, then you use that
Only
many,
use
and
this
if you
one.
miss, then you don't use any.
I have.
I think it's one die every 2 levels.
I'm going to use 4.
Okay. I'll give you advantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay. Internet is dying. Hold,
Fight.
please.
Dying in
I
terror.
have a 24.
Absolutely. Dambelich.
Woo. I don't know what those numbers are. I don't know what diable damage.
D10s.
Hold, please. Internet still dying.
I do not like hold.
24 damage.
Okay. That's a lot of damage to a little scythe flame. As you grab onto it and do the necrosis on it, you feel better if a little, like... Okay, it's kind of like eating leftovers about 3 days after you made them. It's like, that was good. Little wrong.
Yeah.
So you don't think that you're in trouble. Just maybe don't do that all the time.
Fair.
But the scythe-like appendage does kind of... And then you can yank it out and toss it away. What you have in your unit do?
I move forward?
Along the wall, or hop off the wall where this thing came from?
What seems more important, brain? Let's see. Moving off the wall
Okay.
to deal with this.
All the unit, or just yourself, like a man?
I don't have any more Infernal Conduit there. The unit is going to press forward on the wall. I am going to deal with this.
Well, I
with
really
my
didn't
8
think
men.
that... Okay. It's like, wow, I didn't think that was a hard one. You just bring 30 orcs down there, go poison that bitch, and then it's done. No, going down there with 8 guys. Most of these guys going that way. Okay, fine.
Well, there's only 500 people, and I mean, I guess I could take
James,
10
stop
rows.
for just one moment. Reflect upon the sentence you just said.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we all have acid vials, don't we?
Yeah.
Fuck. Can I take 50 people with me?
You can do whatever you want.
I take the 50 people with me, and then the 450 are gonna go that way. Because I'm stupid.
Okay. Hopping down there myself with my elite squad. I can each steal like
Shut up.
1d10.
Shut up!
I
can't help it.
still something.
It's not bad.
I can't help when I'm stupid.
Okay. So you hop down there, send most of them forward, take some of them, and go down. Going down here, you can see a very, like, tall and almost lanky configuration of these black goo creatures, culminating in probably about 4 arms total, one of which is atrophied and not looking good, the one you just dealt with. The other 3 are still kind of whipping around. At the top of it, I have to say it has a very, like, mantis-like shape to it, whereas it's got obvious eyes that are just overly large, and on each side of its head, which is oddly flat, on a very lanky form.
And I can send messages to Numbnut, right?
Yes, and as you get there, the like center part where a mouth would be opened, except it's vertical instead of horizontal, and this just row of overly sharp teeth are made readily apparent as it roars at you.
So, quick, easy message to Numbnut, both to Vashnir, hopefully, and to Numbnut on the battleship.
Listen, you have enough time to send one thing, whatever you could write in 6
Right,
seconds,
we
so
have
it better
big
just be
problems.
How big is big?
I thought it was like actual messages. My bad. Never mind. It's actually just what Eric said. Ah!
Okay, so you get a message from Tadori, Ragnar. Open it up, it's bloodstained, and it just says, ah. You took the time to write, ah. Do with that whatever you want to, Ragnar.
I have 50 men that are going to circle it and kill it. I'm going to help.
Can Vashner see what's going on over there, or is he just blocked by people?
You're blocked by people, buildings, and general chaos.
Gotcha.
I'll roll for the guys you left on the wall. Versus, well, victor among losers, I see. And then, Tadora, you have anything special? And I don't know if you've got anything particular here, Ragnar. For this funny little message you just got.
Can you hear me?
Right now I can.
My download is at, well, it's going back up again. Never mind. Hello.
Has found the power, though I believe we may have lost Dylan. Ragnar just kind of hands off a message that says "ah" to Jodak.
Oh.
Hi.
Hello.
Nope, never mind.
I've been hearing you people, but except for the last like 30 seconds.
Unable to respond. I see.
I was attempting to talk. Wasn't
Try
I
again.
talk- How far away am I from James?
Really quite a long distance.
That's what I thought.
But you're
I
in
am
a
on
ship.
Chip in the air.
In the air. That's roughly as fast, if not faster,
If
than a
you
wyvern.
didn't hear me, having my,
Can we help him at all? What is he in a corner?
I'm having my 50 men.
Oh, they're absolutely
Well,
all just going to pull out acid vials and fucking rinse this thing. I'm just wondering what they're gonna think about and have converse and or maybe try to do on the ship, since you sent them a lovingly crafted message that looks like something straight out of Monty Python.
Kind of lost track of what the fuck is James doing.
Sending you a message coated in blood that says "ah."
Yes, I'm aware.
I seem to be in trouble, so
Should we
Guess
move
that
the
means-
ships over there, try and find him?
probably. You know, I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Let us go find him.
You circle in that direction, which notifies the wyvern riders that they're circling in that direction, and they go, "Okay." Okay,
I
Tadori.
see the thing I am fighting.
Not really. It's kind of like against the wall, and there's a lot of orcs on the other side.
Eh.
So roll for a whole lot of acid vials.
Is that still just a D10?
Yeah, it's just attack.
Okay. 10! Fuck this thing! Ow!
Excellent. Maybe I can counter it. I cannot, but it's not bad enough to where I die instantly. Okay, so there's just a resounding crash all around you, Tadori, as people are like, "Oh, flunk," and then they just begin raining acid down upon this thing. At the end of it, it looks sufficiently fucked up, but it's not quite dead yet.
Do it again!
Vashnir on the wall. Roll dice.
That's a 10.
Well, I match it. You shall not pass this day. Ship have anything in
What about my
particular
guys?
at this point? Oh yeah, your guys. 6 versus 3. Fucking hell. They keep winning. They just keep winning. You left, then I just win. Jodak, you have anything in particular? Well, as soon as they lost the tea, they started doing a lot better. Well, as soon as Jodak, anything in particular from the destroyer?
I think we should prepare some poison. So I'm prepare some poison darts.
All right, you get it prepared. Wyvern Rider's looking around to go, "Hey, wait a minute. I think I see a thing over there. Let's ruin its life."
Fuck it up!
Okay,
Oh god.
This works.
so
Oh, fuck. Ow!
this thing is roaring. It's reaching out tentacles, trying to grab onto, like, your nearby guys and do whatever the fuck it is they're gonna do to them. But as it's doing so, you see a wyvern fly in, sting it, do the venom stuff, fly away, then another, and another, and another, and another. You get the idea? And then it collapses. It's
You bastard!
you can just see various parts of it begin to crystallize and just die.
How many acid vials do we have amongst us?
Yeah,
Cool.
thousands.
Probably a good idea that we search the town for these things, right?
That thing just died. Vashnir, stop rolling dice. The people in front of you fucking fall. And at this point in time, combat has
I
ended.
did a thing!
But he does too, James.
Are you going to try to drink the thing?
I found the thing that was trolling them.
Wrong character.
No! Why would I do that?
Wrong character. If you're still playing your other guy, you could have. For benefit.
If I was still playing Kieran, I would have eaten this bitch. When it stabbed into me.
You have now taken a town. At this point in time, I'm going to assume that you're going to be running around, doing the necessary cleanup, and generally making sure that nobody wakes up tomorrow a parasitized freak.
Yes.
Yes, that's probably for the best.
Okay.
I have been stabbed.
Anything before we call session, because, well, it's 12:30 and people have kind of been fading.
Am I infected?
Not to your knowledge.
Name.
I want to know if I'm infected.
Not to your knowledge, he
What's your
said.
name?
That's all. Dying a lot. Internet is dying.
Yeah.
Very, very
Okay.
rapidly.
It seems like that session you guys took a town. Congratulations. You have a couple more you need to do.
Yay.
Woo!
We took one of the 50 we need to take.
Well, that,
Yeah.
you get
Took
the
one
idea.
of 3 we need to take.
Uh,
Total.
you guys have a fair amount of wounded. Not many losses. Like, not enough for me to actually, like, worry about the details.
Not even a unit.
No full unit was really lost. You guys, for the most part, were either in the way to interpose most of the damage, or other things were happening to where a unit would not be lost in that situation. The ship's damaged, so you should probably try to fix that destroyer. Transport's got the fuck out of there, because
Yeah.
transport. But we'll worry about that probably in between actual recording sessions. Because for the most part, a lot of stuff has to happen in those. Unless we want to spend an hour and a half describing maps. And math. And other things. So yeah,
No, thank you.
calling it here. Have a good one.
Good as
Okay.
We'll be back.